Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a great day. Today is the PPI data report, and in less than 1 minute, the market's going to react to the inflation report on the producing side of things. I will be breaking down the report depending if it goes up or down, or higher or lower than expected. Market's current expectation is to see an increase for the month of January of 0.4%. We shall see what is actually reported. One thing that we always say is reduce your position size or sell it completely if you cannot tolerate worst case scenario. But again, this is going to happen in less than 1 minute, so make sure that you guys are aware. All right. There we go. And negative reaction. Wow. Let's see what it came in at. 6.2. Let's see. Yep, this is it. Increased 0.7%. Holy smokes. Saw an increase of 0.7. Not just, whoa, not good. That is not a good reporting. So we'll break it down in just a little bit for those that are a little bit newer to these inflation reports. But market expectation was to see an increase of 0.4% in the month of January. And with what was just reported, we can see right on over here that the producer price index or final demand increased 0.7% in the month of January. So let's go ahead and refresh this. Let's see if it updated. There it goes. Saw an increase of 0.7%. Not good. I want to know where this puts the overall PPI inflation rate, because that might be a determining factor of where it leaves us at, right? We were previously at 6.2%. Okay, so it's now at 6% instead of 6.2. So overall inflation on the producing side of things is still down in the past 12 months, but instead of the expectation of what was already factored in, which was a 0.4% of an increase, that was the market's expectation, right? We can see that this was the forecast, seeing an increase of 0.4%, but what was actually reported was 0.7%. Yeah, I mean, it's not good news by any means. Not good news at all. See if that sell-in pressure continues. We're reaching those oversold levels right now. Here it goes. Okay. I just am not sold on the idea that this thing is going to continue to sell off, because market is just extremely bullish, right? I think that it's going to take a fight. I believe that the market will eventually sell off. I've said this for the past, I think past week and a half, especially with our most recent CPI data report. But although, right, I believe that the market will eventually sell off because of how overbought we are. There's been no progress, right? We've been rejected here ever since, what is this, February 2nd. We have not made new highs since February 2nd. We've been consolidating here, but we are so incredibly bullish with the refusal of breaking below the moving average and making lower lows. So regardless of what I think, regardless of my opinion, at the end of the day, it's simply just an opinion. I think that the market has a reason to sell off, and it's because of this inflation data coming in hotter than expected. And that's 2 times in a row already, not just with the CPI, but now the PPI. This is telling us that inflation is going up quicker than expected. It's not rocket science, right? But the market just isn't factoring this thing in. I mean, it factors it in a little bit, and then it wouldn't surprise me, just like we saw last time, that the market just recovers right away. And we can have a agree to disagree of what we believe that the market should do. At the end of the day, it does not actually matter about me and you bickering back and forth. The one thing that matters is market direction, right? And that's one thing that I've always encouraged our LPP members to have, is to encourage you to, yes, have your opinions. Yes, try to understand the market on the why it's moving the way that it is, or why it should move a specific way. But at the end of the day, the thing that is always most important, beyond any indicator, beyond any opinion, beyond any report, is simply market direction. So when economic data comes out, my technicals are thrown in the trash. Well, there's a fundamental reason on why the market's reacting the way that it is, right? It's kind of like news, right? When it comes out, it doesn't matter if we're, setting up for a double bottom. It could break right below that support. So, yeah. Initial claims. That's the other one, right? I did forget about that. So I talked about it yesterday. We see initial claims, which is the job reporting. So we can see that. So continuing claims went up. The prior was 1680. This one's 1696. And then the expectation was 203,000 people filing for unemployment for the first time, but it was only 194,000. Still relatively pretty close. It's much closer than, our previous reporting for the payrolls, right? That was nearly double. Housing stat, building permits, PPI, core PPI. Okay. So, everything necessarily came in pretty much worse than what was expected. Again, I think that this is just another reason that supports why the market should sell off. But please, one of the things that we always talk about is don't be afraid to lock in profits if you're in the green and market direction begins to change, right? So if you're an SQQQ, you guys know that I want you to make every dollar that you've earned. All I'm saying is if you begin to see a quick change of direction, please hold yourself accountable and lock in your profits, right? Keep those profits. I want you to keep them when we do see that break of pattern, okay? Until then, enjoy it, embrace it. We're up 3% during that pre-market session. Yeah. What's the green? I don't know her. Thanks. Of course, I just want to look out for our beginner traders. I want to make sure that sometimes people think of like, Ricky, why are you always encouraging beginners to lock in profits? Like at the end of the day, beginners should be focusing on learning how to trade. And imagine as you're learning how to do anything, right? Imagine getting paid to learn. It's like the best of both worlds, but the main focus should not be to be learning. To be making money. The main focus should be to be learning. All right. And again, just because I buy, it does not mean that you need to buy. So please make sure that you understand that. All right. Turning on extended hours. Here we go. So what's the conclusion of the report? Yeah, well, I thought we talked about it already, but inflation increased 0.7% in the month of January. The expectation was 0.4%. So we actually saw a larger increase in the month of January than what was expected. But because of how they calculate the PPI data report, we went from a 6.2% inflation rate to a 6% inflation rate. So inflation still went down in the adjusted past 6 months, right? So we can see the 6% here. We were previously at 6.2%. So overall PPI did go down, but that's just because they dropped the previous month and then they added the new one, right? It's based off of their calculation. When you go down the list again of all the items that are under the PPI report of what saw an increase and what saw a decrease, it shows that there was only one item that saw a decrease in the month of January. Everything else saw a pretty significant increase. The biggest one that saw an increase was energy. And if energy saw an increase in the month of January, overall, it was energy. So what this tells us is that we're going to want to pay attention, right? Because this is pretty much like a forecast for us. It's pretty much forecasting for us to pay attention to that energy sector, because if energy is seeing an increase in inflation on the producing side of things, then we can expect in the next couple of months for that to get passed down to the consumer side of things. Okay? Does that make sense? Makes a good argument for a 0.5% basis points. I completely agree. I have seen people jump on different news outlets and talk about that. No, I mean, the Federal Reserve, should still only raise interest rates 0.25%. I don't get how they're coming up with that conclusion. Because remember, I mean, this is just you and I talking, but I don't understand, the Federal Reserve said they would be less aggressive with their 0.25% interest rate hikes as long as inflation data comes in as expected. But for the month of January and what was reported, in February, for the month of January, it shows that inflation data is hotter than expected. And Jerome Powell said in his discussion last week that, hey, if inflation data continues to come in hotter than expected, then they will have to be more aggressive than what was expected. And to me, when I heard that, just like at the analogy that I gave you guys, I saw that to be an alley-oop, right? He's just setting himself up to raise interest rates more because of what he knew most likely would happen, and that's inflation not going down month over month. And I think that's what we're bound to see. I think in the month of February, when it gets reported in March, and then so on and so forth, we're going to begin to see choppy CPI data reports. So, love the video. Hope that you can go live more often. Of course, I go live every morning with our LPP team. And again, I understand that if you're not in a position to join our LPP team, I completely respect that. I will try to go live for free when I can. But if you're someone that's just getting started and you want to experience this every day, I literally go live every day, and they get to see my entries. They get to see my exits, my good trades, my bad trades. They hear my thought processes. I answer questions in real time. I do this every day for about 30 minutes to an hour with our Learn, Plan, Profit team. For those that are interested in joining, it's the second link down below. You get access to our A to Z video lesson library, our daily live trading sessions, our private group chat, and access to our TechBuds HQ. It's all included. It's a one-time payment. It's a lifetime access. And right now we're running our biggest sale, and it's $150 off. And that's that second link in the description down below. So, but again, the question that I love answering is, can you learn this all by yourself without having to join my Learn, Plan, Profit group? Of course. I mean, I learned everything on my own. The question is not, can you learn everything on your own? The question is, can you condense the time and learn in a more effective, manner, right? So asking the question is, sure, you can learn this all on your own, but how much money are you going to lose, and how long is it going to take for you to do this on your own? Is it going to cost you more by you doing it on your own? And is it going to actually take you more time? So you know yourself more than I know you as of right now, right? So if you decide on wanting to do it on your own, then so be it, right? But if you're ready to join our team, then I have that discount code for you, right? And that's that second link in the description down below. All right. Okay, so I'm genuinely surprised NASDAQ is still holding this low for this long. I mean, it's down 1%. I don't know if it's just me that's surprised, but I just thought the bulls would have come out already. It's kind of encouraging, right, that it is holding down here. I mean, it makes sense that it's holding down here, but based off of how bullish it's been for the past month and a half, literally a month and a half, a month and 10 days, right? Because it's January 6th, I believe, right? Yep, January 6th. You can see the date down here. January 6th, a nice little uptrend. All right. It's crazy that the market isn't crashing a little. I would say even correcting itself back down to the moving average, right, on the day chart. I wouldn't expect a crash. I would expect a correction, right? Pulling on back, correcting itself to the moving average on the 4-hour time frame. Anything that shows that, okay, we have rallied for a while, let's correct ourselves and then continue to rally. But the unfortunate part about this is that the longer that it prolongs a pullback, the harder and quicker it will drop. And we've been saying this time and time again to our Learn Plan Profit team, because we know that it happens. When it happens like this, it will happen in a moment's notice. And everyone gets all excited. Everyone gets super happy when the market's going up. They don't think about locking in profits. They don't think about reducing their position size. And then guess what? Market changes direction. Then they give back everything that they made. And then they call the market rigged. Oh no, market's rigged, right? Why did it sell off? It's like, come on, guys, it's not rocket science. If you look at the past 4 hours, the 4-hour time frame, you can see that ever since February 2nd, right? February 2nd, we have not made progress. We've peaked at February 2nd. We've been consolidating. If anything, we're making lower highs and lower lows. So if nothing is making progress, why do you still have an open position on something that is showing no continuous progress? That's the basic rule that we have within our LPP team. Any open position is a position that's open to risk. Yet, if there is no progress, why must you continue to hold a position and hope for this progress? It just doesn't make sense, right? But there is no break of pattern just yet, right? It's still holding above the moving average. And this is the only reason I respect why people are still holding. But I know that when we break below that moving average and we break that seal, right, we're going to flush a lot of those bag holders down because their inability to lock in profits, they don't know how to reduce their position size. And it's a tough pill. It's a tough lesson to swallow, right? But it will happen. And it happens every single time, right? So all I can ever do is make you aware based off of my experience, not because, oh no, I need you to sell or anything like that, right? I can make just as much money going long than I can going short, so it's indifferent to me, right? But yeah, I'm in SQQQ. But I'm pumped. I'm excited. We're at that nearly 4% mark right now. We're looking good, feeling good. Okay. So I'm shorting TQQQ. Okay. I don't know why you would short TQQQ. You wouldn't have to incur short interest if you just were in SQQQ. But to each their own. There it goes. 34.98. Breaking the support here on QQQ. So broke below 305. Let's see what's the next significant support. Okay. We are testing our previous support. So this is where, again, I don't want to get too confident. I don't want my ego. I don't want your ego to overcomplicate things. Anytime that you are trading something, it is our job to respect the other side. It's just, it is what is needed, right? Because if you think that you're, invincible, if you think that you're right is the only way or the highway, this market will humble you, right? The stock market is a bad place to learn that you have an ego problem. All I'm saying is, looking at NASDAQ, we can see that 304.50 is a previous support range. So anything around 304 is considered to be a potential support zone. And if that's a potential support zone, then that means that we're approaching a potential resistance zone for SQQQ. So this is just your reminder that we are approaching that. It's not that you need to sell. I'm not, right? You're an adult. I'm not going to be here to convince you. All I'm saying is my job is to make you aware. Just like I do with my Learn Plan Profit group, my job is to make you aware. If you decide to sell and lock in profits for yourself because you think that's in your best interest, great. If not, I respect that as well, and I wish you nothing but the best. Okay? Do you think that QQQ will continue to drop past that point? I don't know, right? I'm playing it safe for that specific reason because I don't know. I do not know if, right? My job is not to predict the future. My job is just to prepare for it. So if I see that we're approaching a potential support zone, which we are now, I'm sorry, let me go to 5 minute. I mean, we're literally there right now. We're even beyond it. I mean, I didn't even expect it to hit this low. We're right around 304. I mean, it's hit lows of 304.80, and that was a previous support zone. So anything around 304, 305 is a support zone. Right now, we're trading at 304.83. So yes, I think that we are at a support zone for sure. Do I think that it has to find a support? No. It's just where you need to tread, like proceed with caution. That's the whole idea of me saying what I just said. Wow. Always take your green, don't get greedy. Of course. Okay. We have about 2,000 of you guys here. I do appreciate you guys waking up so early with me, right? And dropping a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate you guys joining me for this live stream. I know, especially for those in the West Coast, right? I mean, I'm in Arizona. I had to wake up at 6 o'clock. Some of you guys are in California or Hawaii, right? You guys had to wake up at 5:30 or 5 o'clock, whatever the time might be. So I really do appreciate you guys taking time and joining me for the PPI data report. And I hope that you enjoyed it, right? We kept it pretty simple. I hope that it made sense to you. And I hope that you learned something new. So, all right. Thank you for hosting, of course. And you can see again, you don't have to say anything to them. But there's going to be a couple people. I see one right now, if I'm not mistaken. This guy's really upset that the market's pulling back, and he was like, there is no pullback coming, or there is no rug being pulled. Market's going to continue to go up. Those are the people, those are the ones that throw me like red flags of how desperate are you right now for your position size to return to what it was? That's always what I ask myself. Anytime that I see an emotional comment like that, where they're like, no, this thing has to happen. Well, it's like, well, buddy, I hope that it happens for you just for your own mental health sake. But no, it does not, right? And this, and I can reassure you, if I could tag that person and follow up with them in 6 months to a year, they probably won't be trading anymore, right? Because it's that type of mentality that ends up burning them. And that's, I would say, a perfect example of someone that I would aim to not be like, right? It's kind of like those Reddit traders or those meme stock traders. I don't know if you guys were here for the whole AMC movement, but it's, I think it's just very important. I think it's just important for you to take notes of individuals like that, because it's very easy to then, work towards not being like that. And I think that's just the important part. So, and you'll see people in comment sections where, not even just in my videos, I've seen it, how people try to correct others, right? And others are just sharing their opinions about the market, of encouraging beginners to either lock in profits or something like that. And they get super triggered. Like if they told them to do something that's like to like hurt themselves or something like that. And I just think it's funny how people choose to respond when someone doesn't agree with them, right? So how did the PPI report come in, Ricky? Missed it. What's going on, Michael Hamilton? Hopefully we earned your thumbs up, homeboy. But the PPI report came in a little bit hotter than expected. So again, this is all available at bls.gov/PPI. It came in at 0.7% of an increase instead of the expectation of 0.4% of an increase. So it increased an additional 0.3%. But the overall CPI is at 6% instead of the 6.2. So maybe I should put this in our live chat. Okay. No, it doesn't let me. It's too long of a... Need to delete a line. Oh, no, it's too long of a message. How hot are we talking? What's going on, Stefan? What's up? What's up? Like your cut, G. Thank you, thank you. They cut it a little bit shorter than I necessarily wanted, but it's all good. It's just hair, right? All right, I'm going to be closing out the live stream in about 5 minutes in preparation to going live with my LPP team. So I did want to link it for you. It should be the second link in the description, but if it's not, I'm going to link it here in the live chat. So if you want to be able to watch me trade live as soon as today, you can join our LPP team. You can get the $150 off, and you can watch me trade live today and every day moving forward. So just pinned it in the live chat, so you should be able to see it. Friendly reminder, you could only participate in the live chat if you're subscribed to the channel. And also don't forget to, drop a thumbs up if you feel like we earned it. But thank you, Ricky. I really appreciate it. Of course. You can do once a week live trading for free for like a few hours at least. No, I don't. That's not how it works. I trade live with my LPP team. So if you like, I trade, I host these sessions when specific economic reports come out. But if you want access to me, if you want access to being able to watch me trade live, then again, it's for my LPP team, and that's what my intention is. I don't care to do it for free for anyone else. If it happens like during these sessions and I happen to be trading, then so be it. But I do not care to host it for free, right? You either value my time or you don't. And if you don't, I respect that, right? You can just watch the free videos that I have here on YouTube, but you can't expect me to want to do it for you for free, especially when I have a group that pays for my time. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy to host these streams when I do, but there's no expectation that I need to trade during these streams, right? I am late. What happened? You can rewatch the video if you haven't done so already, but the PPI report came out and market sold off. SQQQ is up. So you can imagine what the PPI report came in as. And not just that, but also the initial claims and continuing claims. Do you keep all of your previous trading days recorded? All the way going back to 2018. You can go back to my live trading session yesterday, last week, last month, last year. Yep. So not only do you get access to the lesson library, but you get access to, I don't know how many trading days there are, like 252 trading days. And obviously I maybe miss a few. So 240 trading videos per year. 30 minutes to 2 hours. Yeah. Where are the live streams being streamed? So once you sign up for LPP, Once you sign up for LPP, in the first 3 sections of the course, it explains to you, the welcome section, how to get access to the Discord, and then how to get access to our daily live trading session. So it's all within the welcome section of LPP 2.0. It explains to you everything. We provide you the link, we show you exactly where it is that I post the links to go live. But again, it's all available for you in LPP 2.0, which is the second link down below. But that's enough questions about LPP. If you want to join, and I'll see you at Market Open. If not, then I'll see you on the next YouTube video. My free flag and hoodie arrived today. Thank you, Ricky. Of course, Yusuf. You have to send me a picture so we can post you on Instagram. Bulls are too weak. Yeah, I'm excited to see if the Bulls end up coming on back, right? It looks like the Bulls are trying to hold right now. I do not want to be someone that's just like, no, the Bulls are going to take a beating today. We've seen it time and time again where the Bulls come on back and they fight hard. They recover everything that they've lost, right? And our LPP team, my main focus is, to remove the ego and just to not be afraid to lock in profits at whatever that is, to respect market direction. And yeah, Bulls can definitely come on back, right? Let's just wait for that change of direction. And although I'm trading SQQQ right now, if the Bulls begin to come on back, I'll trade TQQQ, right? I just want to make sure that we have confirmation of that reversal. So, all right, and there it goes. It's beginning to curl right back down. So this is a confirmed lower high. All right, but there we go. We're at that 7-minute mark, or 7 a.m. in the morning for Arizona. I'm going to start getting ready for our LPP team. For all those that are newer to LPP or that are just about to join, you guys have 30 minutes. We go live right at Market Open, which is going to be in 30 minutes. So if you want to be able to watch me trade live, then again, second link down below. It's our biggest discount. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And yes, you get access to the A to Z video lesson library. And yes, the daily live trading session. It's the only service that I offer. I offer nothing else. And that is literally all it. It's the second link down below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me via Instagram or Discord, and that's the first or third link down below. And don't forget to pick up some of your trading mouse pads or gear, and that is all at shoptechbuds.com. Trading mouse pad, trading apparel. A lot of you guys like the different shirts that we wear, and this is all where it's from, shoptechbuds.com, or the fourth link down below, and you guys can get 30% off your entire order today only. Flags, aluminum art, wall art, apparel, mouse pads. Okay. So that's that fourth link down below. And yes, I am using the Webull trading application. It's free to everyone in the US. And if you sign up and deposit a minimum of $1, you'll earn up to 12 free shares. And that's the fifth link in the description down below. So I appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. We do ship internationally. And yeah, it will charge you for shipping internationally though. So I'm not a member yet, but these live streams are too valuable. Thank you, Ricky Taji. So yeah, I appreciate that. So GTR giveaway, you can click on it because we provide you a GTR giveaway update. If you want to learn more about the details on how you can enter our GTR giveaway, it's going to be our biggest giveaway ever. We have a third-party sweepstakes company that we hired that's going to be picking the winner. So it's completely legit. It's as legit as if anyone is hosting a giveaway, like legally and it's an item that's in the tens of thousands of dollars, as this GTR is. It's a 2019 GTR. If you want to learn more about this, it's the fourth link down below, or head on over to shoptechbuds.com and learn more about it. But in very simple terms, it starts in March, right? So we're excited to follow up and excited to see who ends up winning a freaking GTR or $50,000 cash. So appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.